Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So it's been very long time since I have not uploaded any video on my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about AJAX, Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So firstly, we'll talk what is AJAX and why is it used in web development. Okay, so here is a web page you can see, and what I just want to do, I want to get information about me from server, and I just want to put my name here, right, in h1 element. So how can I do this? The answer is use asynchronous javascript and xml. So let's say how to deal with ajax and how to use this ajax in coding. So actually basically browser in here Chrome provides a object of XML HTTP request which can be used to send something to server or which can be used to retrieve something from server. So a server is running on this computer. You can go to localhost port 3000 and here is my name, my email ID and mobile number. Okay, what I just want to do, I want to extract name from server and just want to populate my name at this place in HTML element. So how can I do this? Let's find out. So actually basically in a browser in here Chrome provides XML HTTP request class that can be used to send something or retrieve something from server. Okay, so let's create a object of XML HTTP request. Okay, so like XHTTP new XML HTTP request, right? And this XML HTTP request has some properties and some method. So let's talk about properties and then method. So it has basically two main property, three basically. So first one is what? Ready state. Guys, I'll talk about this, just wait a minute. Then status, response text, and then let's talk about method. Okay, so here there are a couple of method. The first one is open a connection, send this to server. Okay, there are couple of method. I'll talk about that. But firstly let's see how HTTP works. So initially when you open a connection, so let's say you open a connection, this is state 0, you send a connection, this is state 1. Okay, then you get header. Okay, this is 2. Now your body is loading. Body means data, actually you can say. This is 3 and data has been loaded or done is state 4, right? Okay, so actually on every state change I want to fire a function. So how can I do this? Basically you don't need to fire any function. Browser will fire function on behalf of you, but you have to define something. So in XML HTTP request there is a function, or you can say properties, that you need to override. So it has on ready state change, you need to override it. So you can pass a function like this, or even you can use arrow function here, right, like this. So each time when state is changing, so you can see that state in this variable ready state, okay, or properties you can say. So what happens if property is being changed, right? So I need to fire that every time this function will fire, okay. So if let's say, sorry, you can use all these, or even xhttp is fine. Ready state is 1, it means you have send request to server, right? So requested from server, okay, all right. In state 2 you will receive header, okay. So let's put here header is received, and in state 3 data is being loaded, okay. In step 4 everything is done here, okay. So but let's put 4 here, okay. Let's see even it is working or not. So firstly open a connection, okay. And so here you can see method means you have to tell the browser or JavaScript which the type of request, like whether this is get request or post request or anything, okay. What is your URL? So I'm using localhost, so in my case it is this, right. And last you have to tell whether this is asynchronous function or synchronous function. So in case of asynchronous, just pass true, otherwise false, okay. Now let's send the request to server, okay, fine till here. So what have so till here I have created a XML HTTP request object, created a connection, and then sending the connection, okay. Okay, on every state change this code will fire, right. So you don't need to fire, actually browser will fire this, right. So this is my, okay. So let's refresh the page. Can you see requested, header is received, data is being loaded, and everything done. Even you can change the order of this if again you will, right, requested, header is received, data is being loaded, everything done, okay. So let's say ki, so guys, you have created a connection, you have sent the request to server. So after when request is after completion of request you'll receive something. So how can you see your received data? So there is a properties in XML HTTP request, and that is response text, So response text holds your data that has been received. Okay, so let's check it. So here just do console log xhttp and your data. So it is response text, right? So let's refresh the page once again. Can you see here you are getting your data from server, right? Actually in this video I just want to populate my name here. So guys, one more thing, this small text, right? Basically this is string, so you have to convert it into JSON, right? Or not JSON, actually object. Okay, so how can you convert it into object? Let's see. To convert into object, you can, let's create a variable object received. Okay, you can use JSON pass the string that has been received. So it is basically xhttp response text, right? Okay, now you want to pass this name actually here in this HTML. So let's do query selector document dot query selector name inner HTML is what? So object received has a property called name. Okay, let's again refresh the page. Can you see Krishna here? Yeah. So guys, this is how actually AJAX works, right? One more thing, before actually each time when you receive something, the chances are you might not received correct data. And how can you verify that? Actually XML HTTP request has a property status. If status is 200, then everything is fine, otherwise not. So before converting into object received or everything, you can check if xhttp status is 200. By the way, this status is part of http. Okay, actually in every application you can see http status code. Okay, so you can search on Google http status code, and here you can go to this MDN website, and here you can see successful responses status 200 to 299, right? You can go through 200. 200 means everything is okay. Okay, so just verify, validate 200 here, and if status is 200, then you can populate this data to here. Okay, so guys, this was all about XML HTTP request. Okay, so let's once again run this. Yeah, you are getting correct data. Okay, so one more thing guys, you might be very confused, like what is this, right? What is overriding? If you are not comfortable with overriding, so I just want to show an example to you. So let's say ki, let's comment it out. So here I just want to create a class, let's say my name Krishna. Okay, and let's say I've created a function here. Actually in class you cannot create function like this, do this like this. Okay, and here I'm printing my name. Okay. Okay, and let's create object of Krishna. So new Krishna. Okay. So guys, at some point you realized you need to change this, do this. Okay, you want to change all this function definition. So how can you do that? Simply assign a new function. Fuck. You can do like this. You can even pass our function here. Okay, and I just want just don't want to print my name. I just want to print my full name. So okay, and call this function. Can you see Krishna Yadav, right? So XML HTTP request. Let's remove this. Clear everything. What's going on? Okay, sorry. Yeah, Krishna. So exactly, I'm doing same here, right? Let's comment it out and okay. So basically, on ready state change has been defined by XML HTTP request. You need to override this method. And why? Because you want to change its definition, right? Because you want to execute your code in this on ready state change, right? And the problem is browser will fire this function. You cannot set your function. That's why you need to change definition of this function. That's why I need to override this on ready state change. I hope you are clear with this. Many people got confused in this, like what is this on ready state change then are a function. Okay, so I hope you are clear with this, and more video is more videos are coming, so please subscribe the channel.